I'm here with Rob Douglas, who's the ACT Party candidate for Tukituki. Kia ora, Rob, and welcome.
You're Andrew.
Rob, we've got basically a day to go till the election. What are you doing now? What is the last bit of work that you're getting done in the run up to the election, or the final day, basically?
Oh, look, I've just been out talking to as many people as I possibly can. I've been walking the streets of Hastings and Napier. I've been down a Mahu Road. I've been talking to all the people in industry and been into the retail shops. I've just been out and about, and I've been talking to people, letting them know about X policies, and spreading the word.
Because it's getting quite tight in the polls, and some people are saying, like, we've got New Zealand First coming up. ACT has sort of seems to have dropped a bit in the polls. How do you feel about all that?
Well, look, I don't know. I don't do the polls, but what I can say is that there's certainly a lot of people out there that are still undecided. We're just trying to make sure that we get the message across to them about the issues that we're talking about, which are, cutting out government waste and making sure that the government is as responsible with public spending as they are with their own money. It's about talking to them about crime, and there's so many stories I've heard in the last few days alone about the issues that people have with crime, and they are very receptive to our message of cracking down hard on crime, and the ACT Party has always been the strongest on tackling crime, and our policies will continue to ensure that we do have that reputation for being the strongest party on crime. Talking to people about their concerns around co-governance and the delivery of public service based on people's need. And, a lot of people are very receptive to that too. They are concerned that, there are people out there that are missing out because they don't, they have needs, but not in the Māori or Pacifica groups that are getting those services. And a lot of people recognise that, there's many people in those communities that are. We know there's a lot of need in that Pacifica or Māori community, but there's also need in other communities as well.
I just focusing on the crime aspect. So, what sort of stories are you hearing about how people are being affected by crime?
Look, a lot of people have been talking to me about retail crime because I've been going to retail shops. But they are also, I heard a story just this morning about someone whose 6-year-old kid was being intimidated by 4 young gang members, or at least kids of gang members, and some pretty scary stuff.
Yeah. Now, so you've been getting out quite a bit in that. What is resonating? What you've mentioned co-governments, you've mentioned crime, and that. What else are people telling you?
Oh, well, look, I've been very much explaining to them about the amount of government spending that Labor has been doing, that government spending under this government has gone up by 75%, and that Labor's, that National's budget is actually only planning on cutting 2%. We are explaining that, there's a lot more government waste out there than 2%, and we need a strong representation from ACT around the table to ensure that we get real change this election. We're saying that a vote for ACT is just as good as a vote for National at changing the government, because a vote for ACT is, a vote for a National ACT coalition. We won't go with any other party. So it's just as good for changing the government, but it's also a vote for real change of direction that this country is heading in, because we are not basically okay. We actually have a lot of changes that we need, and just babysitting Labor's policies and managing them better is not enough. We actually need real change.
But
and that is resonating.
yeah, but those polls, they are showing that ACT is down a bit. Is that concerning to you?
Oh, look, we always like to see us going up in the polls, but I am certainly hearing a lot of positive feedback. I think those polls are understating it for us. I'm pretty confident of that. I think when we, when the results come out on election night, I think we'll be pleasantly surprised.
Because as the polls stand now, you wouldn't get in on at number 16 in on the ACT list. How do you feel about that?
Oh, look, it was always about what I can do for the country, not about me personally. So, look, if I get in, great. I look forward to the opportunity to represent the people of New Zealand and make a big difference for the direction this country is going in. But look, if I don't get in, I'll be quite happy. I get to stay here, living in Hawke's Bay with my family, all 7 days a week, and carry on with my business. So but it won't stop me being committed to helping the people of New Zealand as best I can by helping get ACT's message out there and making sure that people are looked after in New Zealand.
Yeah. Now, you come from a political family, but um, how have you found this experience of standing as a candidate? Because it's quite different from what you would normally do. How have you found the experience?
I've actually quite enjoyed it. I certainly wouldn't hesitate putting my hand up again. It's been a lot of different things that I don't typically do in my everyday job, including going out and campaigning. But it's been fun. I've enjoyed the debates. I've enjoyed some more than others, but on the whole, they've been good. I enjoy corresponding with people, hearing their concerns, explaining to them ACT's message, and when we do get the opportunity to explain what we stand for and why we stand for it, from all walks of life, people are generally supportive of the aims that we are trying to get across. Look, for example, I like to talk to people about our chartered schools policy and how that can help prevent crime by giving kids that don't fit into mainstream education an option. We have a fantastic example of a chartered school that is now run by the Ministry of Education, but was set up by David Seymour in the Tiara Tika Academy here in Hawke's Bay. And the other day I was talking to the managing director, and the kids at the school were out laying a concrete pad for a building that they're planning on putting down. And it's those sort of worldly skills that these kids are taking in that will help them keep on the straight and narrow, give them options for trade after they get out of school. Yet these are the kind of kids that would otherwise slip through the gaps in mainstream education. Um, and, the people that I'm talking to are going, wow, I didn't know that ACT stood for that. And, it's great to hear and that we're being proactive. That's the fence at the top of the cliff sort of approach that we've got to tackling crime. And they are really pleased to hear about it, and they're supportive of that.
Yeah. Now, looking back on your campaign, is there anything that you'll do differently from what you've done?
Not a lot. No, I think we'd get out early and we'd push our message as loudly as we can, and I think that's exactly what we've done.
Have you seen a shift in the sort of political beliefs, if you like, of people in Havelock North and Hastings? Is there more of a sort of, and probably you'll say yes, but is there more of a sort of acceptance and affinity with ACT?
Oh, look, there is certainly, we've seen that over the years. I mean, I've been involved with that on and off since, well over 10 years, quite actively in terms of campaigning. And yeah, the response is far warmer now. The willingness to hear our message is far warmer. That's helped get our message out loud and clear.
Yeah. Now, like a day, as I said a day ago, what do you do now? What can you do? Are you still actively chasing votes, or are you sitting back and just hoping for the best?
Got, I've got to 11:59 tomorrow, and I'm out doing it as much as I can. Yeah, no, look, I've spent probably 5 hours today just walking around, talking to people, getting that message out to as many people as I can. And I'll keep doing that all day tomorrow as well.
And now, why should the people of Tukituki vote for Acton for you?
Oh, look, the reason to vote for ACT is because you want a government of real change. There's no point babysitting Labor's policies for the next 3 years. We actually need real change this election. So, if you want change, don't vote for National or Labor or New Zealand First. If you want real change, you have to vote for ACT.
Rob Douglas, thank you so much for your time and all the best for what's left of the campaign. And yeah, we'll see you after the elections.
Thanks, Andrew. It's been a pleasure talking to you over these past few months. And yeah, well, look, fingers crossed for election night.
Excellent. Thank you.